Okay, good morning guys. It is 8:09 in the morning, and as you can tell I'm in a car with my old friends Morning Dove and Landfill here. Came out from their home, whatever, 2 or 3 hours away?
Yeah,
something like that. Cool. So these are a couple guys I hiked the AT with a couple years ago, and obviously based out here in California, decided to swing out and visit me, so that was really cool. Stayed the night last night. Did get some kind of bummer news last night, to be honest. Monty, with whom I had discussed and planned on going through San Jacinto today, and for the next 4 days, 5 days, whatever, bailed. He got cold feet over the plan, got cold feet over the snow conditions, no pun intended, I suppose, and decided he wasn't really feeling it. So meanwhile, there are no other hikers in town who I'm aware of, or who any of the hikers that I'm aware of are aware of, who are interested in going through San Jacinto. Everyone is pretty much skipping, so that's a bummer. But right now I don't have a great plan. I'm not gonna go do San Jacinto alone. It doesn't seem like that would be very prudent at all. Just don't want to do it, so I'm kind of searching for a buddy to go through with. So right now, Landfill and Morning Dove are bringing me back up to PVC, where we're gonna get some breakfast. That is Paradise Valley Cafe. I've checked out of Idyllwild, and got my whole pack kitted up, got 5 days of food, got my crampons, got my ice axe, all that. Sent my heavy rain gear home, got my new Z-Packs rain gear in the pack, all that. We're gonna go back to PVC. I'm ready to hike. If there are hikers or a hiker who's interested in going through San Jacinto, that is what I'll do. And if not, I really don't have a great idea of what I do, whether I'll come back to Idyllwild and hope that there's a room for me, although the town is booked out off a Porsche convention or something that's happening in town, whatever. Whether I'll come back to Idyllwild or whether I try and follow the other group I was with Altitution and stuff. They're basically skipping as well, but I could probably catch up to them today if I'm able to pivot quickly, but I don't know. So anyways, we'll get out to Paradise Valley, we'll get some breakfast, and I'll check in again. Hey Landfill.
Hey.
Hey Morning Dove.
Hey.
All right, at least I got good company anyways. All right guys, well it is 10:17 and 68.4 degrees. We're just heading north from where the trail crosses whatever it was, Palm to Pines Highway, over by the spur to PVC, after finishing breakfast with my great friends Landfill and Morning Dove over at the PVC. As I mentioned earlier, the guy I was going to go through with bailed, so I was kind of in a bind. Thought I may as well go to where the hikers are down at PVC and see if I could concoct a new plan. Well, a new plan indeed I have been able to concoct. It's a little convoluted, but the end result is analogous to the itinerary which I laid out in the previous video. So I'm just leaving PVC now. I'm going to stop and just catch you up quickly so I'm not huffing and puffing. I'm leaving the highway right now. I'm going to go 13, 14 miles, something like that, to get to Phobes Trail, where I'll be meeting up with a fella I just met this morning called Robert, who is a European fella. I didn't catch his nation of origin, but he has a pretty extensive mountaineering experience through the Alps, which is decent enough for my book. And also just was kind of talking the talk and making me feel good about sort of the cut of his jib and his approach and everything else. I mean, the first thing he said is like, I don't want to go through with anyone who doesn't have mountaineering experience, which I respect. But Mr. Robert is from PVC, only committed at this point to doing about 25 miles to get to Saddle Junction, which is where the spur trail is for Devil's Slide, which will take him into Idyllwild. So the plan is I'll do this 13 or 14 miles and rendezvous with Robert at Phobes, camp there tonight, and then tomorrow do another 12 miles or so to get over to Devil's Slide / Saddle Junction. At that point, Mr. Robert will descend. We will bid each other adieu. He will descend and go into Idyllwild, and I will stay up on top of the mountain tomorrow night and await the arrival of another hiker called Jackpot, who I met in town, who's already done this section, which I'm doing today and tomorrow with Robert. So several days ago, Jackpot came through with a different group of people who are actually finishing this whole stretch today. and he did from PVC to Devil's Slide, and then went to Idyllwild. That's where I met him. And then on Monday, super early, he's gonna get back to Devil's Slide, climb the 2.5 miles from Devil's Slide up to the PCT. That's where he and I will meet up, and we will continue going through San Jacinto together. So for both legs, if you will, of the San Jacinto section, I'll have buddies who I feel good about, although I'll be swapping buddies halfway through. So we'll kind of see how we go. Feel decent about the plan. I feel very good about the guys. I feel pretty decent about the plan, and I'm looking forward to it. So got a nice full belly off a wonderful breakfast. Super thankful to Landfill and Morning Dove for making the haul out to come visit me. Hopefully I'll be seeing them again in another couple weeks, somewhere around Lake Arrowhead or something like that, as I wind my way closer to their house, closer to their homes, a little northeast of LA. But anyways, I'm gonna get hiking. It is a little late in the day. Should only have 14 miles or so to get to camp though, so we'll do what we do, and I'll check in with you guys later. Hopefully introduce you to Robert tonight if he's amenable to it. So talk to you later. All right, good evening, guys. It is 6:08, 55.9 degrees, made it to home for the night. This is the sort of like the spur off for the Phobes Trail to get back down to towards Idyllwild, but we're just kind of camped up at the saddle here. Today was like a 16.5 mile day, if you count the 1.1 miles I walked down to get water here, and then the 1.1 I humped that water back up to camp. Today was definitely pretty mellow with respect to like conditions. I think it wasn't too crazy. There was definitely a little bit of elevation gain, but even that, not too terribly crazy. And really, while there was technically snow, there wasn't any technical snow. So, you know, a little bit of blowdown, a little bit of snow, but really today was not too brutal in any way. Tomorrow, that'll all change, of course. We'll be waking up pretty early and getting down trail pretty early to try and get, you know, over Apache and around Tuckett or whatever, however you say that, and hopefully over to Devil's Slide. We'll see how we go. I think it's like 13 or 14 miles or something to do that. And, you know, we've heard reports, everything of people are going no more than 1 mile an hour, to one person went 2 or 3 miles an hour, to another person said going any more than half a mile an hour is impossible. And these are all reports from people who crossed in the last few days. So I imagine a lot of it just comes down to like experience and stuff, and we'll kind of see how we go. To that note, I wanted to introduce Robert. He agreed to say hello. There he is.
Hi, we're just hoping we won't die tomorrow. That's basically it.
That's yeah. It doesn't really have to be fun, right? It just has to.
No, survivable. I'll
Yeah, yeah.
survival.
So you know, I mean, we're setting the bar pretty low. We can be mad, we can be grumpy, we can be sore.
Yeah.
But so long as our body is still alive, I think.
If it looks stupid and it feels stupid, we'll just turn back.
Yeah. So you have experience like through the Alps and stuff, right?
Yeah, mostly things I shouldn't have done.
Okay. Well, we'll try and trial by committee any sort of particularly sketchy things. There are several other people out here who I think are going through tomorrow or so. A group I'm familiar with, like Casper and oh gosh, I always forget his name. Whenever I need it, I always forget his name. And Hummingbird and I don't know, like 5 people or something are going to be going another 2 miles tonight or 2 or 3 miles and then waking up, I don't know when, and going from there. But we've decided to camp here, wake up early and get going. So
yeah.
We'll
see how it goes.
Yeah. We're both kind of curious to see how it feels. So definitely gonna eat and turn in as early as I possibly can. I'm not gonna be processing any videos on this jump on a nightly basis. It's just too important that I get whatever Z's are available. So Robert, keep me alive. Thanks, bud.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I can't promise anything more than that. If the video doesn't come up, I didn't do my job.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Oh, and did we say where you're from?
I'm from Amsterdam.
Okay, cool. So shout out to Martin. Proost.